this is the story of the trial and persecution of Jesus Christ, as told by one of his disciples, Matthew, and some 50 odd years after the event.
But we're going with the basis this time. This will be perhaps the only moment we do this, but we'll just go with you now. Here we go. 2, 3, and...
There are going to be a lot of people involved in this performance. On stage we'll have the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra chorus, and they are divided in two because Bach has written for Choir 1, Choir 2, and we have two orchestras on stage, Orchestra 1, Orchestra 2. Some of the soloists are associated with one orchestra and not the other. And we have a youth choir, a boys' choir as well. And so we've got 80 TSO choruses, we've got about 36 youth, and then we have 170 or so in the audience from the Festival of Voices choir.
Well, I think the age range is quite incredible. My youngest is 10, and I'm quite sure there's a gentleman who just walked past who's probably 86, and I think that's just a wonderful thing about singing.
It's a masterful work. It's an absolute... I think it's statuesque, in the choral repertoire, and it's a piece of music that any chorister would want to sing. It's very high up on their list of desired works to sing. This piece brings up quite a few challenges for any chorus. I think choristers are used to singing a block of music, say Mozart Requiem, they have a Kyrie, they have a Sanctus, they have a Benedictus, a movement that might take 3 or 4 minutes with repeated text, developed, very, very interesting, but here we have a lot of German and we have a lot of conversation. So some of the utterances by the chorus are only 8 bars, only a few seconds long. My job as director is to point everybody in a certain direction and get everybody enthused about that and excited towards that, so we can make it a homogeneous work.
I think absolutely amazing, first of all visually, because you're going to have TSO chorus, the orchestra, the soloists, and 170 Festival of Voices people and another 30 youth people. So I think even before anything happens, I think people will be blown away by the impact of the whole thing.
I think the more I immerse myself in this work, the more I find out about it. And it's unbelievable how somebody could write something so amazing.
Lots of repeats.
When we first started, this is the first time we've been through this. I want you to take a mental picture of what it was like when you first saw this German work. Then at the end of the concert, I want you to say, wow, I didn't know it was going to be like this. And I mean, musically, they'll never be the same. And certainly those people who haven't had the opportunity to sing with an orchestra, if they just sing in their local choirs with piano, it is life-changing. And to sing Bach, I mean, it's just the ultimate.